Hello, let's do the Netflix puzzled Starstruck for April 13th. We'll do the easy then the hard. Easy is called a simple start. The way we play this game is in each row, each column, and each colored region, we are placing exactly one star, and stars can't touch each other, even diagonally. So a star here and a star here would break the rules. Now, this indigo region in the middle has only one place for a star, so it must have a star there. And you'll notice this is a really good demonstration of how you can't repeat a star in a row, you can't repeat a star in a column, and stars can't touch. So all around this star is X'd out. And that leaves only one place in brown for a star. And now that removes all of these. They all touch it. And so that leaves one place in green, and that leaves one place in orange, one place in red, one place in blue, and one place in yellow. This is the first like true plonker we've had in a long time. Like it's just how fast can you click? This is probably like a 10-seconder if you're a fast clicker, or tapper if you use the app. I'm gonna adjust this a little bit. All right. Now we're gonna do the hard. It's called cactus. Alrighty. So this very left column will place a star in indigo because there's no other option, meaning the rest of indigo can't be in. And this right column will place in green, meaning the rest of green can't be in. And now the bottom row, I guess could be. Never mind. I thought the bottom row was only purple, but obviously not. Okay. So I'm looking at these three columns here. These and we have yellow, bronze, and orange fully within these two vertical lines. So what does that mean for us? Well, we have three columns, and in three columns, we have exactly three stars, one per column. Now, we know that yellow, bronze, and orange are fully within there, and each region has one star as well. So that's all three of our stars. We don't have room for more stars because yellow, bronze, and orange must give one star to each one per column. And so the purple and the brown here are not allowed to have stars in that area. And that leaves brown with just these two. That removes the whole column. And it also gets rid of these two. Not that it matters in this case because we just placed a star in purple, which does the same thing. That places red and brown. Blue is in one of these two. That removes all these and these two. Okay. Am I missing an obvious? I might be missing an obvious. We'll see. We have kind of a more traditional X-wing thing going on. I don't know. There might be another way to see this, but I'm looking here. So this is happening in the rows, right? This row here is definitely going to be one of a star here or here, and this row here is definitely going to have a star here or here. And you'll notice that they share just these two columns, right? I can completely cover these two stars with one column, and I can cover these two stars with one column. So we can think of this in the same way we just did these three, which is these two columns need two stars, exactly two stars, no more, no less. And we've just proven that the stars for these two rows, which is also two stars, are completely covered by these two columns. And so therefore, those are the two stars for the two columns. So the restriction in the rows has caused a restriction in the columns. And that's more like a traditional X-Wing in Sudoku. That's exactly how, well, one of the ways you'd explain an X-Wing in Sudoku. There are many ways to explain it. Okay, I'm seeing another thing, which is that between blue and gray, we've got this situation here where there must be a star on this line and there must be a star on this line because we're not allowed to touch. And this line here actually does line up with orange, which would normally be useful, except we've already eliminated everything from those rows. Okay, so I don't know how helpful this is actually. Oh, okay. We do have something helpful here, which is we know that there's going to be a star in one of these two because of the row. The row has everything else X'd out. That's like, imagine you had a region that looked like that. You know exactly what to do with it. You remove for everything from the rest of the row. You remove the two above and the two below because they both touch. And that's still true even of rows and columns. So those two are out, and that leaves two places in this row. This is an interesting end. I thought this would just be a plonker as well. Oh, this column does the same thing. And unless they've improved the hint system is not going to tell you about this stuff, which is really annoying because this is obviously the intent of how to solve the puzzle. So we remove this one because it touches both. So has this helped? That or that, that or that. One of these two is in. Does that touch anything interesting? No. One of these three. Surely there's something simple I haven't noticed. There is a uniqueness argument. Feel free to use uniqueness, but be careful because you got to be really sure about uniqueness. But we have this rectangle here that we need to resolve in some way. We need to know whether we have it here and here or whether we have it here and here. So is it case one or is it case two? So let me clear this out. Is it case one or is it case two? We need to know. And you'll notice that it can't self-resolve. Either way will be fine for these columns and these rows. The only way to resolve it then is by touch. And you notice that 2 is all x'd out for what it touches. 1 is all x'd out for what it touches, and this 2 is all x'd out for what it touches. The only way that we're resolving this is a star, which touches this one, which makes 2 correct. So you could use that if you wanted to. It's just a uniqueness technique. And it depends on the fact that there's only one solution to this puzzle. And that is always true, at least of the Netflix Starstruck ones. And it should generally be true of pencil puzzles if they're well created, but that doesn't mean that you might have an app that does not generate puzzles properly, and the creator of the app didn't think that they had to make unique puzzles because they rushed one out to try to clone a Netflix game. So as long as you have good puzzles, they're unique, and this is going to be the star. So maybe I should think about why this one's not going to be the star. This would cause that. So this one would cause this one, which would cause this one. It doesn't hurt to explore, and then maybe you can boil it down to something a little easier to see. But I think everyone's got a different solve style. It causes this one. And this. Oh, yeah. So now there's nowhere to put it in yellow. So it has something to do with yellow then. One of these two is yellow. This one places that guy. This one places that guy. This one looks over here, places that guy. Yeah, I mean, it's still a chain, but it's not as bad because we can say, hey, yellow is in one of these two. So case one places a star there, which places a star there. In case two, just on its own eliminates this guy. And this case one also eliminates that guy. So we can see from yellow through a little bit of a chain that this is never true, which is kind of the opposite of what we just saw, but maybe a little easier to justify. I don't know if there's another justification. This is what I'm going to go with, though. This is never true, which makes that true, which does pick that number 2 case that I had for my uniqueness. Does this actually finish? Yeah, it places this, which places that, which places that, and that. Okay. Sometimes you just got to look ahead a little bit. I don't know. There may have been like some crazy cool way to analyze that, but honestly, that's not something you can't see in your head. But also, it's a pencil puzzle. You're allowed to use a pencil in a pencil puzzle. Anyway, how'd you do?